All right, let's dive into this really chilling story. It comes from a school teacher, and he's recounting a single, terrifying night that happened to him about 17 years ago. So this is the story of Ashok Tripathi. He's a teacher, and his students finally convinced him to tell them about the most terrifying night of his life. A night that kicked off with this one single eerie warning from a total stranger.
You know how the best spooky stories start, right? Well, that's exactly where we are. It's a cold night. A couple of young guys are sitting around a campfire, and they're begging their teacher, Ashok, to finally tell them this harrowing story from when he was younger.
And so he gives in. He takes us all the way back 17 years ago. Picture it. He was just 23 years old, a student who had just wrapped up his final exam. All he wanted to do was get home. Little did he know, this journey home was going to be, well, it was going to be one he'd never forget.
So Ashok's fateful trip home starts at a train station. But right from the moment he gets there, you can just feel it. Something is deeply, deeply wrong.
He gets there around 7 p.m. and the place is a ghost town, completely empty. Turns out the locals know better. They actively avoid this place after dark, which, only ramps up the sense of dread.
While he's waiting, this old man comes up to him. And what's weird is the guy's well-dressed, but he's begging. But instead of asking for money, he just delivers this incredibly cryptic and unsettling warning. I mean, can you imagine a stranger just walking up and saying that to you?
Now, Ashok, he's a rational young guy, right? So he just kind of brushes it off, thinking the man is maybe a little crazy. But as the old man walks away, his parting words, "We'll meet again on another journey," they just sort of hang in the air.
So Ashok finally gets on the train, probably thinking the weirdness for the night is over. Well, spoiler alert, it is not. In fact, he's about to get some company.
The train just suddenly stops in the middle of nowhere, just a desolate, dark area. And that's when a beautiful woman in a white sari gets on. But there was something just off about her. She had this strange, fearless smile on her face that sent an actual shiver down his spine.
And her story just did not add up at all. For starters, she gets on the train in the middle of a dark forest. Then she starts talking about her husband's death, but with absolutely zero sadness. She says she's going to Kalmora for his death anniversary, and her total lack of emotion, well, it was really starting to unnerve Ashok. And now it's 2:30 in the morning, deep into the night, and this is where the situation takes a sharp turn, plunging them both right into the heart of this deadly forest.
Then, an announcement crackles to life over the speakers. The train has a technical failure, and it's not going any further. They are stranded, stuck in the middle of a dense, dark forest, with absolutely no help in sight.
Now, despite the obvious danger, the woman decides she's just going to walk the rest of the way to Kalmora. Ashok, feeling like he has no other choice, reluctantly goes with her. And just as they start walking, a huge storm breaks out. And wouldn't you know it, in the dark, they run into the very same old man from the station.
And right here, deep in these woods, is where the night's true horror finally decides to show its face.
As they're walking, these strange, terrifying sounds start echoing out of the darkness. A woman crying, a child screaming. And the woman with him, instead of being scared, insists that they have to go investigate.
So they follow the sounds deeper into the forest. Ashok turns for just a moment to say something to her, and she's gone. She has completely vanished, just like that. And in that exact instant, he's surrounded. The air just fills with these disembodied sounds. The same crying and screaming, but now there's this chilling, manic laughter coming from every direction.
Panicked, he just runs. He runs and runs, only to find her again, huddled under a tree, weeping. But when he gets closer, she looks up, her face twists into this horrifying laugh, and right there, she transforms before his very eyes into her true, monstrous form.
Ashok somehow escaped with his life. But the events of that night left him with this huge, unsolved mystery, a question that, to this day, remains completely unanswered.
He ran through the entire night, just fueled by pure terror. They eventually found him unconscious at the railway station the next morning, his body all stiff like he'd had a seizure. He was brought home, but he was forever changed by it all, and he vowed to never, ever travel at night again. He survived, yes, but the mystery was far from over.
And this brings us right back to that campfire, where Ashok and his students are left to wonder about the true identity of that mysterious old man, the one who appeared not once, but twice. Was he just a kind person trying to warn Ashok?
Or was he something else entirely?
And this leaves us with the final, haunting question. The boys suggest that, hey, not all ghosts are evil. So if he was a ghost, was he maybe a guardian spirit trying to protect Ashok? It's a chilling thought, right? That sometimes the things that lurk in the dark, maybe they aren't all there to harm us. What do you think he was?